Welcome to another lock that I found on the street. Today I found an ABUS wafer lock, and it's a pretty dirty lock, so that's why I have my gloves on. It's a wafer lock with a spinner and two wafers, top and bottom. I show you how it looks inside. So it's a nasty spinner that's always in the way. And if I shine a light in here, you can see wafers here on the top and wafers here on the bottom. Hope you can see that. In the middle we have a little bit of warding. Okay, so first I tried to tension the plug in the middle and pick both sides at the same time, but there's not enough room then left for the pick. So I approached to tension the plug on one side, but try not to go too deep to block the first wafer, and then I can still pick or rake both sides. And raking, that's what I try now. I did manage to rake it open a couple of times off camera. So let's see if this works on camera as well. I use this Sparrow's rake and I use it from both sides, so this side here and the other side. Just go in and yeah, you can see that it's spring loaded, so I stay here on this end point but do not apply much more tension than that. So just go in and work on one side and on the other side. I flip it over so I can use the peak here to work on the wafer that is directly underneath the tensioner. I'm interested to see how the wafers look like. Maybe I take this lock apart and we will check how they look like. But first I have to pick it open. I think I'm applying too much tension here. With the rake, it's not so much predictable how long it takes to open a lock, and of course the easy locks are opened in no time, but the ones that are a little bit more complex, I mean this is not terrible complex, but it has at least two sides that you need to pick, and yeah, here you can see it's open. It's, well, how long was it? Maybe 1 minute or so. Yeah, and it's an unskilled attack. So this is of course not a high security lock, but to be honest, I wouldn't worry too much that someone picks into this lock and steals my bike. The much more common types of attacks are bolt cutters, of course. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Happy picking and bye bye. And at the end I will show you a picture of how the wafers look like. Cheers and bye bye. Okay, I thought it's nicer to talk you through the parts instead of just showing you a picture. So I managed to strip down the lock, and here we have some interesting parts. Maybe quickly look at the construction of the cable. Underneath this black plastic tube we have the real solid construction. It consists of these tube parts or cups. They are made from hardened steel, and underneath we have just a normal wire or cable. It's easy to cut this through with a metal saw, but it's almost impossible to cut through these hardened steel tube parts, and you cannot just bend this entire lock and cut through, because this would show out, but instead they made it really tight so that they stay connected and you cannot bend it and cut through this wire. So that's pretty good, and it's a very solid construction. Then move over to the core. That's the core of the lock, where the wafers were inside, and here we have the wafers. Pretty interesting. When we look at the different types of wafers, we have standard type wafers here and there and also here, but we also have ones with a reduced diameter on the top, so they act like tapered pins. And then we have two weird ones with an open side and one that is a little bit deformed. And yeah, pretty interesting. So not a standard wafer lock, one with some interesting special wafers. All in all, I would say not a bad lock at all. Maybe not the most secure one, but also not a crappy one. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, and until we meet again, happy picking and bye bye!